What is the longest time you've spent solely focused on one piece of work? 2, 3, 4 hours? Now imagine doing that for 7 days straight. No breaks, no rest, no distractions, just focus. Medieval monks were the experts at this. They focused on worshipping one thing for their entire lives. We decided to take up the challenge and go 7 days following the life of a Benedictine monk. You'll see us live the grueling life of a medieval monk, then we'll spend the last few days applying those lessons to our modern life. Here's what happened to us.
So first step, we have to wear these.
Those?
Yes.
And we're wearing the same thing,
yeah.
Matching outfits.
Well, they do them in black if you want. Yeah, they're really uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, they're uncomfortable on purpose as well. We have to do 5 or 6 masses a day. And one of the masses we have to wake up at 12 PM, go to mass for an hour, and then go back to sleep.
12 PM, the middle of the night.
The middle of the night, we have to get up. No laughing, smiling is frowned upon. No speaking to each other unless absolutely necessary. Like, There's so many rules. Oh, and also we have to have the rules read out to us every time we sit down to eat.
Who's going to read them out to us?
Neither of us.
Yeah, because we're not allowed to speak.
I've recorded myself reading us the rules.
Aren't they bald as well?
Yes.
So we have to shave our heads.
Well, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
So, no, I think you should do it for the thumbnail.
Well, let's just flip a coin.
Okay.
Oh.
Right, let's flip a coin.
Oh.
Red side up, we're doing it.
Oh. Oh.
Shit. Is it coming off? Oh my gosh. You're like a farmer.
Can I give you a mullet?
You're starting a stoic beauty channel. Oh no! That's so much hair. Wait, you want me to go?
Yeah. So at 7 AM the next day, we both said our goodbyes, donned the black, left all technology behind, took a vow of silence, and entered into our temporary monastery. So it's 7 AM, and I'm kind of tired if I can be honest, and we're actually customizing the routine. Instead of studying the Bible, we're studying Marcus Aurelius' meditations, and instead of praying, we're journaling. Once we finished morning mass, we washed, cleaned, and combed our hair. Then it was time for, guess what? Another mass.
To have good teachers at home, and to realise that this is the sort of thing on which one should spend lavishly.
After that, we had a monks' meeting, which, due to our rules on speaking, was more productive than most meetings we've had. We then had another 50-minute mass, with more reading, journaling, and negative visualization, followed by work. So it's around 10 AM at the moment. We've just finished 3 hours of mass, and it was broken up with a few different things, but I'm still getting quite bored and a little bit anxious at the fact that we haven't eaten anything. This is all about focus, and to be fair, it's been good, all the journaling, to get rid of those thoughts, just those nagging thoughts that play on your mind. It's good to get them down, but I am worried about the boredom and the food. We worked alone, reading, thinking, and writing. At noon, we ate together. We had a recording of the rules of St. Benedict that we would play.
Chapter 38, concerning the weekly reader. Let complete silence be kept, that the whispering of none be heard there, nor the voice of any but of him who is reading. And let the brethren who are eating and drinking pass each other such things as they require, so that no one may have to ask for anything.
After that, we worked for 5 hours straight.
Hey, it's starting to get pretty rough now. We haven't said anything to each other in like a long time. I've never been in a room with someone and felt so kind of like isolated. Yeah. It's just a lot of work and very boring. It's making it really difficult.
After work, we'd have another meal, followed by 2 hours of contemplation. We'd then have a final mass before going to bed.
Chapter 22, how the monks are to sleep. Let them sleep singly in separate beds. Let them sleep clothed. Upon the signal being given, let them rise without delay and hasten one after the other, yet with all gravity and decorum, to be ready in good time for the work of God.
So we had to wake up in the middle of the night to do mass. We're doing a whole lot of mass, and I'm tired and I'm hungry. But yeah, time to do more mass now. For the second stage of our experiment, Now that we'd briefly lived as monks, we wanted to see how these lessons could be applied to our daily modern life. So we've just got out of that crazy monk room, that crazy experiment, and now we're about to apply the lessons we learned from that in our normal day-to-day life. So what did you learn?
That I don't want to be a monk.
That you don't want to be a monk. Me neither.
Well, so I mean, like the robes were really good.
Okay.
It really helped me to focus. It felt like I was taking on an identity and like really pursuing something.
Yeah.
And it just like removes the decisions.
Yeah, and you think about Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, they all wear the exact same thing. And they do that to minimize the amount of decisions they have to make so that they can focus on what one thing is important to them.
Felt like we were in a brotherhood, like we were in a community, like pursuing a goal together.
And that was a symbol to unite us, right? It's all about symbols. All of these things that the monk do, they're symbols that are meant to portray a message. It's not the fact that you don't eat meat or that you wear a brown piece of cloth. It's the symbol that carries across.
Like shaving your head is like, it's symbolic of that change. So whether you want to walk over a fire, jump into a cold water bath or whatever, like it's a symbol, a landmark that you can look at and say, that is when I changed and that's when I committed to making this change.
And now we've got to take all of those lessons and apply it to our normal life, go all in, complete focus on what matters most to us. Because that's what's important, taking these lessons and applying it to our life. First of all, we reminded ourselves of what was important for us and our mission to ultimately let every single human on this planet use their time wisely. And we focused intensely on achieving that mission. And to do that, we set strict rules for ourselves. For example, when one of us is working, we used headphones. Like the monks used robes and a hood up, we used headphones. And when we had headphones, there was no distractions. And we reminded ourselves of these rules every single breakfast, every lunch, and every dinner. And boy, were the results incredible. More discipline, more focus, but ultimately we just felt like we were together on a mission.